See, I think one of the cool things about that is I don't have my computer monitor to look at. Like, occasionally, because I got the two next to each other, like, I need to look at the one on the TV because that's in real time, and the one on the monitor is behind. So I feel like if I peek in the corner of my eye, I feel like that's getting out of sync. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm setting myself up for failure. But I try like my hardest not to peek at that monitor. I try to like turn it off like the first second. Whatever. Do you want to roll an intro?
Alright, this is Tyler and Jason with another episode of the Fire Lead Leaf Green 100% completion.
Fire lead.
Fire
like,
Red.
Like lead
Fire
Zeppelin.
Lead. That would actually be even cooler. That like if you had lead that was on fire or something.
Lead blast, lead fist, or I'm trying to think of like moves that can work. Lead spray.
It would be like a steel type move, obviously. So.
Lead thrower, like a lead sprayer.
These sound like 80s metal band names.
They kind of do actually. Well, I mean, wasn't Led Zeppelin like okay? I'm not really the best when it comes to like.
They were mostly like 70s.
Okay, because I was about to say, didn't they have like some stuff in the late 60s?
Yeah, I think they had a little bit, but like that, they were like mostly 70s.
Okay, so by the way, real quick, this item right here, the repel, really annoyed the crap out of me because I came down here to do some grinding before we actually like entered the cave on screen.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to pick up that item because I want to do it on screen. Like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And then it's just a repel. What a ripoff, man. Q-bone, boom. I didn't start the timer. Let's do that real quick.
Alright,
Starting the timer now. I mean, we're only like,
yeah,
what, 2 minutes in?
Yeah, and you should be able to get through the cave in the appropriate amount of time.
Yeah. You just doing some more grinding?
Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, because don't go too far.
I will be at the lip of the cave.
Oh, you know what's actually really depressing about this? About having to restart? Because, okay, long story short, we had a failed recording where our mic cut out at like 2 minutes. And we had like a 30-minute long episode. It was really good conversation. Excellent stuff, man.
And it did capture.
Our mic cut out at like 2.5 minutes. And, Heavy over here was at level 29, and I was really upset because now it's back at level 23. 24 though, it's slowly getting there.
Yeah, I think I can like periodically go check in and make sure everything's still working.
Yeah, just don't bump anything.
Oh.
I have no idea what happened. I don't know if it's just an old version of Audacity, if it's like an older build, but I am really just upset that didn't go. Okay, and I know, because I've already had to do this whole area twice, I basically know that there's no hidden items up here.
Yeah, you should be able to, if you have your repel and if you're just going straight through beating the trainers, it won't take you that long.
Did you get Fiora yet?
Pharaoh? Yeah, he evolved.
With the aerial ace?
Yeah.
Okay. That's something that after you go home, we're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to trade that.
Alright.
So thanks to that little hiccup, whoops, that cost us like 2.5 hours of, oh dang it.
Well, there was other problems
Yeah.
we had problems getting started today, so.
I don't know why, but whenever I try, like, okay, tell me if anybody else had this. So my TV, my little TV, my 26-inch that I use for Xbox recordings and stuff. Right now we're out in the kind of den area of my basement. Oh man. And we are just kind of chilling out on the couch with a microphone propped up. It's just one of those deals. What? Did I accidentally set up Leech Seed?
Looks like
Oh,
it.
I thought it said Vine Whip. I'm dumb.
Vine Whip's always been like my favorite grass type move. Like like in the anime, it looks so cool, but
I was
in
just
here,
about to mention the anime.
Yeah, it's you don't really see the vines as much.
I just like how they're like an extension. Like it could be like he has his 4 legs, but he's also got 2 arms. I just like that.
Yeah, especially in the anime, it just opened up so many like possibilities of versatile uses.
Okay, I think what was this? just to revive. That's actually useful.
Something I thought was especially cool was like how Chikorita, she had like the necklace, and then like
And then
the vines came out of that.
did it like pop open like a little hatch, or was those things like
They like
it
expanded.
grew out like,
Yeah, they like expanded.
what was that Play-Doh toy in the 90s? Betty Spaghetti, you put her head and her hair is the Play-Doh. Was it kind of like that?
Sorta. But
Okay. I can totally relate to that. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Let's see, I imagine Turtwig's Vine Whip would be similar. Treco, did he ever get Vine Whip? I don't remember.
Yes, I think it's like the first grass move he gets.
Doesn't it like come out of his tail or something?
I feel like it would. That's like the only area I think.
From
I mean,
his butt.
maybe his tongue. Is that too? Is that too far fetched?
Yeah, that'd be too. I think the. We'll have to like look it up on Netflix or something. Just watch the anime.
They only have the Indigo League, which is pretty much the entire first generation. Yeah, I think.
They have some of the like black and white era stuff too.
Yeah, that's just black and white though. That's not like X and Y and stuff though.
No. The X and Y anime is actually pretty good.
Really? I haven't been keeping up with it because a lot of people are like talking smack about it, and I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, I should listen to my own opinion, not somebody else's. But if people are saying it's really that bad, and they're like, they say it was such convincing like demeanors, I just kind of believe it,
I mean, like, here's the thing that like the Pokemon anime, it doesn't stand up to adult scrutiny. I mean, it's not meant to stand up to like your scrutiny as an adult. But I mean, judging it by what it is, it's well animated. They introduced a lot of the new Pokemon well. I think it's pretty good, even if I don't have as much interest in it as I did when I was a kid.
I think I watched like all the way up until like halfway through the Hoenn League, and then I think that's when I had my falling out from the anime, and I think the last game that I actually played, prior to stopping altogether was Emerald. I skipped 4th gen. I almost forgot that 5th came out, because when 5th came out, I think I was just graduating. No. Didn't Black and White 2 came out 2012, right? And then Black and White 1 was 2010? No, it had to be like 2011 because those two are both 5th gen, so they wouldn't separate a generation. They wouldn't keep the same generation separated like that, you know what I mean?
I need to have to look it up.
Because I know on the startup screen, like when Kyurem pops up, it says copyright 2012, but I don't remember Black and White all that much.
Well, I mean, it's been 2 years since X and Y, and they haven't come up with
7th.
Yeah, they haven't. No, they haven't come out with
Anything.
Z or X2 and Y2. So.
See, I saw leaked pictures. I'm not sure if they're like legit or not, but I know like whatever artist drew those, I gotta give special props because those are really good pictures, man. Even if they are fakes, they look good enough where they could be legit,
What Pokemon should do is they should like take fan designs, like pay the people for like fan designs, and then like use those because.
I had a really good idea for the evolution method of a bug type evolution. The sewers. Okay, I mean obviously this doesn't apply to a bug type.
Castelia sewers.
Yeah. So what I was thinking for both a bug and poison one, not bug poison, but like what I'm saying, a bug and a poison one, Toxeon and I think Infi. I forget what I was gonna name the bug one. I forget what I was thinking. So obviously early on in the game you have your obligatory bug catching area, like the first forest of the game, pretty much. Yeah. Usually you don't get your Eevee until about maybe 3/4 of the way through the game, right?
Yeah.
Basically, what there'll be there is this thing called the Silver Rock. The silver powder that does bug moves, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of similar to the Ice Rock and the Moss Rock from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Not Diamond and Pearl, you can't do it in Heart Gold Soul Silver, I realized. That kind of sucks that it's a Generation 4 thing, but you can't do it in Johto at all, period. which kind of sucks. I think they should have made like some sort of DLC for that. But anyway, what I'm saying is like, in the bug forest, you take your Eevee, fly back to the forest, get a level near this rock, and you get a bug evolution. And for the poison one, I was thinking about maybe they make another, sewer dungeon almost in this 7th generation, the fictional 7th generation that we're thinking about right now. And inside there's this thing called the sludge pile, or black sludge pile, something like that. Like a big pile of just gunk, you know what I mean? And same thing, you gain a level near this sludge, and you get a poison type evolution.
I'm trying to calculate when Generation 7 will come out, because, okay, so...
People are saying 2017. That's just what I hear.
That sounds about right, because it's like, what, once every 3 to 4 years that we get a new generation, right?
Well, I mean...
Pokemon's been around for, like, since 1997. 7 in America, 5 in Japan, right?
6 in Japan, 98 in America.
Okay, so that's
and then I
that's
think
19 years then.
When we were just getting Generation 1, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think Gen 2 just came out as we were getting Gen 1. So there's always that 2-year lag because of the translational errors. Not errors, but the conversion.
Yeah, they wait longer to release in America, but I think that gap's probably been shortened by now.
No, they come out like worldwide at the same time right now.
Yeah, so like whenever it happens in Japan, it's gonna happen everywhere.
Yeah, right, at the same time. I think in PAL regions, because I think a lot of Europe is still under that like video game scrutiny. Oh my god, my heart stopped for a minute. I thought I had the item finder, but I did not. So, oh my god. No, so Gold, Silver, and Crystal all came out like what, 2000?
I think so.
For us. And then by that point, the GBA I don't think was out yet. In America, wasn't it 2000? I need to read the copyright because I know in 2005 was Emerald.
Yeah, so it seems like every 3-4 years we get one. So it's probably going to be either 2016, 2017. If they haven't formally announced it, that makes it seem like it's going to be closer to 2017.
Look at the way that they handled ORAS. Like they did they launched the first trailer like somewhat late January, early February, and then said the announcement. The date was November, right? So that gives you from late January all the way up until November to build hype. So I'm thinking, if at all period we're going to get, oops, dang it, I keep hitting that stuff by accident. If we are going to get a trailer announcing officially 7th Gen, it will be either, if we don't get a trailer in February or January, then it's just not going to happen in 2016. If we get a trailer early like January 2017, then that's confirming it.
So it's basically like we get a trailer within the year. We get a trailer like 8 months or so before the game comes out.
I think 8 months is appropriate. Yeah.
All right, so like, and it's gonna be they all release in the fall. But okay, but like
X and Y was October, and then ORAS for some weird reason was November. I don't get that, but whatever.
Okay, but they don't announce too far ahead, so that makes sense. But I mean,
that's a decent gap. 4 months.
But
not 4 months, 8 months. Excuse me.
Well, okay, X2, Y2, or Z, those are gonna come out before, so that'll put at least like a year.
I don't think they're gonna do that though, because if they do that, then they're prolonging 7th Gen. There's no way X2, Y2. Because look what they did with Black and White. We talked about this earlier with it was still part of 5th generation. So when you have X2, Y2, a direct sequel, like let's say it's Callum and what's her name, 5 years later, all grown up a little bit. Like who's to say they're not an NPC and like they do what was the characters from Black 2, White 2? Like I know they had a special name. Because it wasn't the same characters from Black and White 1. I think that was a 5-year gap, wasn't it? I'm not even looking anymore at what I'm supposed to be switching into.
Alright, so I'm just looking at stuff now. Alright, so Pokemon X and Y 2013. Alpha and Omega 2014. Pokemon Black White 2 were 2012, so
Woo!
we might be getting X2, Y2. Also, Pokemon Black White, the original ones were 2010. So
I have that right too. Oh, I almost hurt my controller. Oh, I gotta pay attention to the timer. Hey, when you went to go check the recording last time, it was still going, right?
yes, it
Okay.
was.
Oh my God! Thank God. He's God twice in the same sentence.
Getting a bit religious on here, are we?
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Beep.
All right, so it's
Cool.
so it seems like the sequels for each gen are about 2 years after the originals. So
Oh, I'm totally gonna hit this up again.
yeah, so if we're getting X2, Y2, they're gonna be relatively soon.
See, you know what I think would be kind of cool to like do a pair of? You know, like okay, obviously they stopped doing this as of 5th gen, but you know what I would love to see come back?
What?
Okay, I know people are always doubting that this isn't gonna happen, but I totally want it to with the complimentary third game. Like you got Yellow, your Crystal,
that.
Emerald, Platinum. What I want to see personally, they do, because look, they get X, Y, Omega, Alpha, all that as pairs, right?
Yeah.
What if, and this is a big if, what if they did both Z to do the trilogy on that, and as a pair they did Delta Emerald, so they released both at the same time, and you know they still keep that pair thing going, you know?
Yeah, that would be super cool. But like,
They'll never
they're
do
not
it.
they're not gonna release
They're not gonna,
release sequels to the remakes.
I wouldn't say that's a sequel, really.
Well, like
The third game for the sequel, yeah. Well, when you think about it, these games are remakes of Red and Blue,
but no,
and
like,
we didn't get a Yellow, even though we could have.
they're. I think you just get kind of overwhelmed with too many versions if they did that.
I think that's why. Because I was really confused, like why they didn't do like a Water Blue or Electric Yellow. I would love to do. Can you imagine doing Pokemon Yellow version with the special Pikachu and all that stuff in these graphics?
That'd be super. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I think it's interesting. You gotta wonder what the future of remakes are gonna be, because like the gap.
Everything's being remade these days. Are you kidding me?
No, well,
I've been saying
for these games specifically, but because there was. So you had first gen remakes and third gen, and second gen remakes and fourth gen, but no remakes in fifth gen. Then you had a third gen remake
There's
in
no
sixth
fourth
gen.
gen remake yet.
Fourth.
Yet.
No, you had the second gen remakes.
During okay, I got you.
In the fourth gen, you had no remakes during.
So you're
fifth
saying
gen.
they're gonna remake fourth during seventh?
They'll probably remake it during eighth.
You just broke a lot of fan games' hearts.
I mean, because they're yeah, 'cause, I think that's why they didn't remake. Because they're like update, because they don't want to make it remake on like the what's basically the same system, because on the Fire Red, Leaf Green, what we're playing right now, those are Game Boy Advance remakes of Game Boy Color games.
Game Boy original.
Game Boy Original. Then Heart Gold, Soul Silver, those are DS remakes of Game Boy Color games. And then you skipped a bit. You didn't. Then that was the end of the DS of remakes for the DS. And then for the 3DS, you had remakes of Game Boy Advance games. So
you think it's gonna go by console?
Yeah, I think that's part of the logic, that they're not gonna.
Well, to be fair, when it was going from Gen 1 to Gen 2, they didn't have anything really to do, like, as far as remaking goes. They already practically took care of that in Gold and Silver. Dude, you want to hear something that's really kind of messed up, but is actually pretty funny at the same time?
Your life.
That you actually got me pretty good. No. So, did you know, despite being a Game Boy Color game, you can pop in the original Gold and Silver into a GBA, and you would play, not GBA,
The original Game Boy.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and it would play just fine, except it won't be in color.
Huh.
But when you take the same cartridge of gold or silver, whichever one you got, it would play in color on the Game Boy Color. The only game that didn't do this was Crystal, where it was strictly only can be played on the Game Boy Color, and not on the monochrome Game Boy.
That's it.
Which that's kind of weird because it's the next generation of game, but it's not exclusively like only being able to play on the next gen console. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is very weird. Because that I haven't heard anything like that before.
No, it's oh, dang it.
It's like if you had a Wii game that you could play on the GameCube.
I
Well,
don't-
that's a bit more drastic because they have like different capacities.
Oh,
and
you know what?
stuff.
Actually, I just thought of that. Yeah, because I said Game Boy Color and I was getting myself mixed up. Yeah, because you were going a system up, then going to a system down. That's what. Okay. Yeah, it would not fit in the disc tray.
I think it's really interesting that Twilight Princess came on both GameCube and Wii because I'm pretty sure that's the only Legend of Zelda game to come out on multiple consoles at the same time.
There's a lot of games that do that actually.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of games of like on other consoles or for other franchises, but like amongst Nintendo original consoles, you don't have like the same version of the same game on two different consoles at once. That's like amongst like Nintendo originals. 'Cause, like for third-party people, for third-party games, they want to like maximize the like how many systems they can sell on, so they do it on both current gen and last gen. But Nintendo, I think they have it designed specific. They have their games specifically designed for only one system. That's their thing.
You know, it's actually kind of funny. Well, now you bring that up. So, do you know how long support for the PlayStation 2 lasted into the PlayStation 3's lifespan?
Quite a while. I mean, there was a PS2 game, like some sports game that came out in like 2012.
No, I think the last two PlayStation 2 games to ever be released came out like the same general time. I say the same day, but I'm not confident enough in myself to say that like legitimately. I think it was the same week, maybe even month, but not the same
Around the same time.
Yes. So, when you think about it, you released two consoles and you're still putting games on this old one. That is the longest span, I think 14 years in the history of gaming. That's a record.
So they were the last PS2 games came out like around the release time of the PS4 is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is insane. See, like what we were saying about games at the same time. I don't have the PS3 version, but it's pretty much the same. So what I'm saying, like, I have Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2. No, not 2. The original one for both the PlayStation 2 and let's substitute and say the PS3, even though I don't own one. So it's released dual system like that because it was supported on the last gen system.
Yeah.
I mean, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? But I think you were saying Twilight Princess, that's the only one Nintendo ever did. Which I actually kind of...
It's like the only one of their original properties I think they did. Because, like, there's no Pokemon games, no Mario games that, like, that came out in the same version. Like, there's, like, some
like
kind
the
of,
same game, two consoles.
Yeah. There's some, like, kind of, like, spin-offs that, like, were on different consoles. But, like...
I think usually they do that closer to, like, the release of their next gen. That's basically why that happened, because the game came out towards the end of the GameCube's lifespan and the beginning of the Wii's. So they decided to go dual platform on that. If people didn't want to upgrade, they could at least still play this amazing IP. Not IP, amazing game.
But like, everyone in the world bought a Wii, so it wasn't quite necessary. It's interesting.
I still got my original, like, launch, like, the first, like, midnight release that I owned. I didn't go to the midnight release, my dad did. It's actually chilling out in my room right now.
Yeah, my mom got me that for, like, an original midnight release one for Christmas.
The very first print of these things. I don't have any problems with it, honestly. aside from its missing its USB ports, which I think I could probably solder in there myself for cheap almost. But it still works. It does what it's supposed to. I'm actually I got approved for a. Oh, hey, what do you know? All right, cool. So is there anything over here?
Are you almost at the end of the cave?
Yeah, actually I saw the door. I just want to let's bust out the item finder real quick because I'm really picky like that. Let's go ahead and register that. That's why I was freaking out before. Nope. Okay. How far exactly did you exit out the door?
I'm just right in front of it. So
Just right here.
yeah. All right. Boom.
All right, did
Perfect
you wanna-
timing.
Yeah. Oh no, we still got like a minute. You know what? Actually, yeah.
Here, I beat all these people, so just start beating these people.
All right. Oh, they actually fight you. Oh, that's so weird. Because you think they're just chilling out there by the exit, like the guys on Mount Moon. They're like, oh yeah, we won't fight you. We're just gonna talk to you.
These people are here to take you down. So
Immediately starting off with a bad matchup.
here, how about you like go to the Pokemon Center in the town? That's where I'll be.
Wait, where does this dump out into?
Lavender Town.
I can get Gengar. Yes. I definitely want Gengar on my final team. No questions asked. Like, if you can get around his let's just call it the physical special split, Gengar's been OU since Gen 1, man. I find that very hard to believe, but when you think about it, his typing could be used for immunities and various other stuff, like you switch in on someone using Toxic or whatever, and you want to switch in on like a priority fighting move like Mach Punch. I didn't even see what he's going out into, so I'm just gonna say YOLO, go out to my in.
YOLO.
What I was trying to say, I think really the only thing that the only thing Gengar's typing did for him was just grant him immunities and resistances, and he couldn't really work with any of his stabs until Gen 4. Like, Sludge Bomb was physical, Shadow Ball was physical. Really, the only thing you can give him is the Psychic Thunderbolt. He gets Fire Punch and Ice Punch via Move Tutor, which those are still special in this game. So that's why. Oh no, I think the ideal moveset for like competitive Gengar in this generation, I think Psychic, T-Bolts, Fire Punch, if you want to get that technical about it. Either Ice Punch or Calm Mind, which one of the two. I would technically swap out T-Bolt for Calm Mind.
Yeah, that'd be more beneficial.
Because when you think about it, Thunderbolt is only good on water and flying. Electric used to be my favorite type until I realized that it's not really good offensively. It's more situational. So
in some situations, it's very good, but
absolutely.
It's. I mean,
29.
If you don't have like Levitate or like the balloon item, you're just gonna get devastated by Earthquake in anything resembling a competitive battle.
Yeah.
So just head on down to the Pokemon Center there and we'll end the
you
episode.
You want to end the episode at the Pokemon Center?
Yeah. That's
Let's check the timer. Check the timer. Probably already went off. Yeah, timer done. Okay.
Alright, so that'd be perfect time.
Oh, sweet scent. You know what? I have an Oddish for that, a spare Oddish. So I'm gonna not.
Sweet scent is useless.
In the Safari Zone, it's not. I absolutely beg to differ with you on that. Because you can okay, that is true. You can just stand there in the Safari Zone and not waste any of your steps. Unless you want to move to another area, obviously.
That actually does sound very useful.
Basically, you just pay the $500 to get in, and you can sweet scent all day until you find a Chansey. Which, there's a 1% chance, and then there's a 100% chance it's going to run away from you, unless you catch it on the first ball. And I'm talking way too quickly, so... I feel like I could be a radio DJ. Oh. Again, my heart stopped when the repel. Move off the corner.
Alright, just get into the Pokemon Center there.
Alright, I'm gonna heal. Then I'm gonna have myself stop outside.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and roll an outro? And while I'm doing this, just kind of.
Alright, this has been Tyler and
Jason Fisher. We will see you guys in the next bit.
See you guys later.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Alright, I'm gonna stop right out here. So you be standing here when I'm done. Alright.
Alright,
Let's go cut. That's a wrap. Please, for the love of God.